So guys, I was scrolling and then I came across this news right here. Now, if you guys all remember what happened in the past when it comes to Dwayne The Rock Johnson, is that people were calling him a walking billboard. He will sign anything and he won't say no to anything really, you know? And this is what comes with a lot of fame and power, is that you want to hold on to it. You don't want to lose it because you don't want to go back to the old lifestyle. Not only that, but you've already seen one side of life that is better than your old lifestyle. And so you don't want to go back to that anymore. So you do everything and anything in your power to try to hold on to it as long as you possibly can. And so when it comes to the whole situation in Gaza currently, you will notice that a lot of celebrities are just, they don't want to say shit about it. They'll send some tips, some unscripted messages here and there, trying to give their support without fully coming out and saying flat out whether I support Zionists or I support Gaza, because they know who's in control. They know who's in control. Come on, let's be honest. They know. And they know if they say anything, there goes their way of life. Now, I don't know if this is true. I don't know if it's true. But with the way things are going, with the way things are looking, with the fact that now more and more countries are coming out and trying to recognize the Palestinian and trying to recognize a Palestinian state, it might be true. But I wanted to go ahead and share it anyway. Why? Because I want to go ahead and show you guys that it's getting so bad that people are, celebrities to be more specific, are flat out coming out and saying, we are not in support of what's going on in Gaza currently. The Zionists are losing power, ladies and gentlemen. With the amount of power that they have, we, the people, have way more power. We've just been asleep. We were like a sleeping beast that needed to be awoken. And October 7th did that. It did that. And now you got people like Nick Fuentes that is literally everywhere now. I mean, this dude was somebody that was pushed into the corner of the internet. You will have to go to some obscure website to see him talk about Gaza. And now he is everywhere. You can't avoid this dude anymore. Dwayne Johnson The Rock. I've seen a lot of evil in Hollywood script, but nothing compared to what Israel is doing in Gaza. The Israeli government and its prime minister Netanyahu are heartless criminal with no shred of humanity. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. It doesn't sound like Dwayne would say something like that. I'm just gonna. I might be wrong though. Middle Eastern affairs. I might be wrong, to be quite honest with you guys. Maybe he did allude and said something similar to it, but not quite this, clear, I would say. But we're all human. We all have hearts. We can all feel and we can all see what's going on in Gaza. The fact that these celebrities are keeping their mouth shut and not saying anything about Israel and not saying anything about Gaza is telling me everything that I need to know. Because if the Israelis were in a right, and the fact that the designers are the one in control of, a lot of the movie industries out there and all of these things and giving these people roles, if the Israelis were in a right, these celebrities will be the first one to step on the podium and say that we stand with Israel. But the fact that they're keeping their mouth shut and not taking the sides tells me that they know what's going on. They know that the Israelis are in the wrong. They know that they will lose a lot of fan base if they decide to speak out. It's obvious now. It is so obvious that, I don't know, man. A 5-year-old can probably see and be like, yeah, the Zionists are losing. This is what happened when you feel like you are untouchable in society. Because you start to feel like you can do anything you want. Then you become sloppy. And when you become sloppy, this is the result you get. You guys, the Israelis, have decided to keep Benjamin Netanyahu in place. And this guy has exposed y'all. He has exposed how evil some human being on this earth can be. He's exposed it all. Just so he can keep his own ass out of prison. Because as soon as this guy loses power, guess what? Yeah, his ass is going to jail. He knows that. That's why he is trying to keep wars going on for as long as he possibly can. Now that the whole world is trying to recognize a Palestinian state, let's say that was to happen. Guess what? A new war will start tomorrow. And Daddy America is going to be right there to say, yes, sir. How much bomb do you need? There you go. How much billion do you need? There you go. Homeless people sleeping on the street? Oh, well. People can't afford homes? Oh, well. People can't afford the basic means of living? Oh, well. Daddy Israel needs our help. So we're going to go ahead and take the money and give it to them. Anyways, I hope you learned something. If you made it this far, don't forget to leave a like and sub. Later.